And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Bristol Motor Speedway as we're getting ready for the University of Northwestern Ohio 200 for the PCSRA Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Now, if you didn't tune into our Truck Series race last night, we were supposed to be at Iowa Speedway. But because of the fact that Iowa Speedway caused too many wreckfests and I didn't want to have to do crazy racing at Iowa, to which Cody would get triggered and all that. Instead, we have come here to the Bristol Motor Speedway dirt track, the 2001 Bristol dirt track to be exact. And so far, after watching last night's truck race, it proved to be a wise decision because they only had 3 cautions in 150 laps. This is 200 laps for these drivers. And we're also capping off our Bristol race weekend. Why, you ask? Because tomorrow we're going to be going from Bristol to Springfield, where the Monster Energy Series drivers are at. J.J. Park on the pole position, alongside of Darby King. Greta Wagner, former winner this season. Justin Hugo right there. Here's the rest of your lineup. Lucy Myers made it in this race via the non-charter race. Oh, and that's another thing I also forgot to mention. I've already done the non-charter races, and Crystal Fontaine, Lucy Myers, and another driver we're going to come through. To make it fair to everybody, I kept the drivers who made it in the non-charter race into the main event race from Iowa into this field. Need to also mention, I forgot to do this earlier, Hattie Swartz replacing Heather Galloway for the rest of the season. She already acquired the points from Heather Galloway. She's just making her first start right now, because I forgot to do that change. Number of drive. Oh, I'm not on Buffalo Wild Wings. No, I'm on truck points. I need to be on Buffalo Wild Wings points. There we go. Ari Springer, Scarlett Nelson starting at the back. All right, let's get these cars going. Yep. So as I said, we're capping off our race weekend at Bristol. The race weekend at Bristol is being concluded with the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, because after this race, most of these drivers that are in this series will join me on a plane, and we're heading off to the lovely town of Springfield, Illinois tomorrow, as we're going to bring you coverage of the Monster Energy Series inaugural Springfield race. It's been a while since they last raced on a dirt track. And I believe June Einstein is our inaugural dirt winner. Wasn't at Springfield. It was at Eldora. Green flag. We're racing here tonight in the University of Northwestern Ohio 200. Think these drivers will have to pit. Surprising, we had pit stops in the truck race last night. Excuse me there. Having some orange juice and waffles because I just woke up, so sorry if I'm going to be burping a lot. Forgot to show you guys. Here's the points entering Bristol, with the change of Hattie Swartz. Of course, Hattie Swartz is currently running in the Truck Series, and because she already has a win this season, it's looking really likely Hattie Swartz is going to be racing in Buffalo Wild Wings next season. Oh, yellow's out. Oh, Carla Sinat, who blew up towards the end of the truck race last night. Amanda Wallace has got damaged. Last week's winner involved Bella San Diego. Victor Gonzalez, who won our truck race last night, he's involved in whatever this incident was. Okay, where do we want to start off first? Let's start off with the incident turn 1, then we'll see what happened here. All right, let's see. Didn't take long. Yeah, Paul Michaels thought he almost made it 4 wide. Got into Monica Towns. That's female abuse. Actually, he committed female abuse ×3. Oh, Jesse Art got spun. I didn't see that one. There's how Carla Sinat got involved. She got into Diana Lawson. And then there's how Victor Gonzalez got a piece, just ran the side door of the Tide Chevrolet. And an interesting thing for Carla Sinat, last night she blew up on the back straightaway that end of the race. Tonight, she crashes out of tonight's race on the back straightaway. And we did have some pit stops. Lainey Fredrickson and others decided not to pit, so they are going to inherit the lead on this restart. So Victor Gonzalez will not go two in a row tonight, which is very unfortunate. Out of the race is Carlos, and as I expected, everybody else got put a lap down. 33 on the lead lap, 41 in the race, excuse me, as we're back to green. Like I said, I apologize if I'm screwing up my commentary because I just woke up, so just cut me a break. There's Noah Parker making his first start of the year. He raced his way in from the non-charter race. I did record, but I had to delete it because of the wreck fest. So Noah Parker making his first start of the year in that Circuit City Toyota, the 028. We mentioned about the 74. I'm trying to find out who was the other driver that also raced their way in, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, yeah, Crystal Fontaine. Fontaine's making her first start of the year. Fontaine and Parker making their first start of the year. Lucy Matthew. Yeah, Lucy Myers is making her Buffalo Wild Wings Series debut. Lucy Myers announced today she's going to be driving in the Truck Series next season. Of course, Lucy Myers will turn 18 before the 2024 season. She's also going to run a part-time schedule in the Truck Series next season, or this season, excuse me. Lainey Fredrickson, my girlfriend, for those of you who don't know, currently in the lead. I need to also go over the point standings. That was what I was going to get ready to go over before that first caution came out. Lainey comes in as race 17th in the points, having a solid season, if you ask me. Max Lipson is leading the points, which I need to figure out where in the world that 10 car is. He is 17th. He comes in this race as your points leader. The guy who's trying to run him down for the points lead, that would be Luke Peters. He's 36. He came in this race second in the points. Ari Springer is 25th right now. 24th right now. She was third in points coming into this race. Wyatt Garcia is 4th. He's currently in 9th. Not too bad of a run. Hattie Swartz running in 18th. She's 5th in the points. Of course, remember, she inherited the points and all that from Heather Galloway, who's racing in Europe. So that move was necessary. So, and also, Hattie Swartz will be eligible to make the playoffs. Jessie Art, who was involved in that first incident, she was 6th in points. And she's already in 7th right now. That's impressive. Stephanie Driscoll, 7th. John Wesley Allen 8, Bella Santiago, who was involved in that first incident. She was 9th in the point standings, and Paul Michaels is 10th in points. Right now, Bella Santiago is 39th right now. Paul Michaels is, where is that 43? I can't find the 43 for some reason. I'm looking through 43. He's 23rd. He came in first, as I said, 10th in the points. 83 is 26, so that's not good for him. Driscoll's 24th. So a number of drivers who are running well in points are definitely looking like they're going to take a hit in the standings, and that's never a good thing. So Sean Art currently running in 4th. He is 32nd in points. He is outside the top 30 in the point standings. Sean came in his race 11 points back of 30th in the standings, which was J.J. Park. And if Sean can have a good run tonight, he is back into the playoff conversation, and he needs to stay in the top 30 in the points for his win at Martinsville to count towards a spot into the playoffs. Talking about the playoff grid, as of right now, we're now 8 races in. These are the 12 drivers as of now, providing they stay in the top 30 in the point standings, as Lainey Fredrickson is about to encounter lap traffic. That would be Monica Townsend, Victor Gonzalez. Max Lipson is leading the points and has a win this season. Wyatt Garcia would be 2. John Wesley Allen, Bella Santiago, 3 and 4. 5th would be Greta Wagner. 6th would be Ivory Walker, and Maria Nowicki would be 7. With Sean Art outside the top 30 in points, the 5 drivers that would get into the playoffs based on points are as follows. Luke Peters, Ari Springer, Hattie Swore, as the caution is out, Jesse Art, and Stephanie Driscoll. And yellow is out, and Annie Winters is involved. Boy, the last couple of weeks, Annie Winters cannot seem to catch a break. Look out. Look out. This was not what we had planned. Oh, Bella Santiago ran the back of somebody. But Annie Winters is smoking, and looks like her night is over. Second caution of the race. As my mouse got drunk for some reason. Oh, she blew up. I was trying to stop the replay, but I couldn't for some reason, and my mouse decided to be drunk, which Toby was laughing. I sent Blue Junior to smack him. Oh, Lulu Champagne did not want Annie Winters to go to the pit lane and call it a night, and then Max Lipson just spun the 98, and that's female abuse. Sent the 98 up into the wall. That caused a stack up back here. And 17 and the 40 just hooked each other. So that incident was all caused because Annie Winters was trying to get the pit road. And we nearly had some leaders involved in the process. As Lainey Fredrickson's come to pit road. And looks like all the lead lap cars have come to pit road as well. I don't know who would be the leader. I think it would be Ivory Walker. I'll double check. Nope. Not Ivory Walker. Still Lainey Fredrickson. Annie Winters is out. Whoops, that's not... I was trying to get to the 36, not 32, you derping hyena game. As we're back to green. Annie Winters out of the race. And Max Lipson has been asked to see the officials in the big black and yellow truck for not being courteous to a driver who's trying to get the pit road. Look at all these lap cars playing a factor with these leaders. So Jessie Art currently in the playoffs with her brother outside the top 30 in points that has a win this season. But still plenty of races to go. I mean, Sean's got plenty of time to get into the playoffs. Excuse me. Paul Michaels on the tail end of the lead lap in 15th. Caution's out. 43 and 84 back on the lead lap. What brought out this yellow for the third time? Oh, Diana Lawson is involved. So another caution here. And she got spun by the Hattie Swore machine and got Lulu Champagne in the wall. Got somebody else got... Oh, wow. Monica Towns did not even use her brakes and just clobbered Diana Lawson. Lulu Champagne got a piece of it. Who else was collected in this little ordeal, this little kerfuffle? There's Champagne. Gets into Greta Wagner, former winner of the season. Makoto Tanaka got a piece of it. Amanda Wallace did as well. This race is not as this race is chaotic than our truck race last night. Excuse me. They had a long green flag run this time last night. This race is just becoming a demolition derby, for goodness sakes. And Sean is now 23rd, a lap down. So Sean's not doing his chances of getting back into the top 30 in the points any favors. The 84, for some reason, should have restarted at the back, but came to pit road for some reason. I don't know why. Now she's going to pay the price and go a lap down. Monica Towns and Diana Lawson out of the race. I don't understand why the 84 did not go all the way around for some reason. She's like, oh, I got to come to pit road and restart in front of the leader. You should have gone all the way around. Pit road should have been closed. But apparently she didn't want to get back on the lead lap. So that or she didn't beat the pace car. One of the two. And there's Hattie Swore going to go the race lead. It's like Amanda Wallace just came into pit road. 1/4 distance. Look out. Sean Hart nearly took out Justin Hugo and Lainey Fredrickson, but we keep it together, though. 86 still can't get to the bottom. There's all these lap cars in the way, and she can't get a break. And that's allowed Kaylee Rankin to take the race lead. It's been a while since I've had to work at 5 o'clock. On a Monday, that is. So. There's Paul Michaels, who is now taking the race lead from Kaylee Rankin. There's April Winters. Of course, April Winters has not had a very good season so far. Ever since she's currently 36th in points. April Winters needs a victory and needs to get in the top 30 in points for a victory to count towards a spot into the playoffs. Lucky Prescott up. Oh, no! The leaders have wrecked. Are you kidding me? No! April Winters is torn up and the red and yellow's out. Aw, no! Scarlett Nelson's got damage and someone LePage the leader. Caution's out again. Who the hell wrecked Victor Gonzalez? Oh, Luke Peters, that's second in points. That's second in points who's crashed. And I can't get to the can't stop the replay and I have to go smack it. Lulu Champagne just committed male abuse, and that's second in points, may I ask. Fitting thing is, coming into this weekend, DVR's 1-2 in trucks. And then Colleague Racing was 1-2 in Buffalo Wild Wings, which is really rare. Victor Gonzalez just clobbered the 11 machine. And then Annie Winters, who was leading. Oh, Maria Nowicki got a piece of it. Chloe Carmichael. Oh, my goodness. The points leader was collected. That's Max Lipson, the points leader. So the top two of the points have had trouble tonight. Oh, boy. Oh, Ari Springer's got damage. That's third in points. The top three in the points have been involved in this incident. Oh, boy. And Lipson is out of this race. Oh, boy. We might be in for a point shakeup after tonight. And up, yellow's out. Because I went too far on the replay. Up. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, it looks like the 09 spun out and I couldn't stop to the replay. So she got turned by the 40. So that's probably what happened. Look out, 09. Quit trying to slow down. Slow down. You're going too fast there, honey. My apologies there. I was gonna go over the drivers out of the race and accidentally hit accelerator too fast, so. Jared's coming to pit road. I gotta get back to the pace car. Whoops, I went too far. So my bad. So the 40 did spin the 09 out, so we just missed part of that, and that was my fault. So sorry about that. Okay, right here is good. Boy, out of the race, and there are a lot of them. Max Lipson, Paul Michaels, April Winters, who was leading at the time, Chloe Carmichael, Mia Watts, Victor Gonzalez, Luke Peters out of the race. They join Monica Towns, Diana Lawson, Annie Winters, and Carla Sinat already back behind the wall. I really don't understand what was going on between the 42 and the 11 there. And that probably pleased this driver right here, as I couldn't get to him. There we go. That pleases this driver right here, Wyatt Garcia, because he entered this race 4th in the points, and with the troubles, is the 41 still in the race? Yeah, 41 still in the race, but a lap down and badly damaged. This is good news for Wyatt Garcia, former winner this season at Ricky, because with the troubles that the top 3 had in front of him, he could capitalize and take the points lead heading into next week's race. Which, next week's race, we're going to Pikes Peak. Which, hopefully you guys look forward to Pikes Peak. 250 left, but it will be in the daytime conditions. And, of course, they will be joined by the Truck Series drivers who've never raced at Pikes Peak before. And 44 just came back on the track. Damn fly. Oh, Nelson spun. Yellow. And she came back. She was the one that just came off pit road. And Sean Art ran her over. That's all in the 24 because she was not paying any attention coming out of the pits. And that's the responsibility. You have to pay attention to see if you're going to come out of the pits. And now Hattie Swore is now the race leader. This is her first lap sled, even though she's gotten the points from Heather Galloway. But I don't know if these drivers who have not pitted yet can make it the rest of the way, as we're going to go back to green. Nobody out of the race from that incident. Or the incident involved the 40 and the 09. If Hattie Swore goes to victory lane, she would be locked into the playoffs. Of course, she's battling for the Truck Series Championship. She's trying to get down to the bottom, but she can't. She's trying to get a break, and unfortunately, she's not getting one. Boy. Bristol Dirt playing its part in shaking up the points heading into next week. Oh, Hattie was trying to get to the bottom, and the 70 wouldn't let her, and the 86 is getting frustrated. She's trying to get to the bottom, but she can't. She's going to have to get a break or something. There we go. She's finally going to get that break. That's frustrating as a driver, trying to get a break, and you couldn't get one. There's Lucky Prescott. She ran in last night's Truck Series race, so she's got a good advantage over some of these drivers, other than Sean and Jesse. Lucky Prescott. Oh, look. Jared Underhill just got spooked her a bit. As I was getting ready to say, Lucky Prescott announced today she's going to be staying in the Buffalo Wild Wings series for next season. She currently does not have a win in this series or in the Truck Series. And she's trying to get into the playoffs in both of those series. While this is going green, I'll be right back so I can shut up the phone and tell them. And shut her. There. That way nobody calls the house. Sorry about that. It's like the 86 got passed by Lucky Prescott. There's Prescott, who's the leader. Sorry about that. I had shut up the phone that rudely interrupted me, and I turned it off. As J.J. Park just trying to take out Lucky Prescott or not Lucky Prescott, I'm sorry, that was Hattie Swore for absolutely no reasons. Like, dude, you're just driving way too aggressive. Lainey Fredrickson has taken her car back behind the wall. She has blown up. Tough break for Lainey Fredrickson, who led a good portion of tonight's race. Lucky Prescott comes into this race 39th in the points. Of course, she's been in this ride ever since taking it over from the now banned Emma Tutu. She's had one top 10 this season. And of course, remember the 96 team would keep their charter for next season. If Lucky Prescott goes to victory lane, she's going to have a long road ahead of her to try to get herself into the top 30 in points for that victory if she does win tonight, to count towards a spot into this season's chase for the championship. I'm going to check something where Prescott finished last night's truck race 24th. So Prescott had a miserable race last night in trucks, is why she didn't have a good run tonight, why she didn't have a good race last night. But she did learn a lot. So we're past the halfway point of tonight's race. There's Jessie Art, who was involved in that first incident. She's all the way up to second. We talked about Sean Art, who's got a win and trying to get himself back into the top 30 in points. Well, Jessie Art wins tonight. She's automatically locked into the playoffs. She comes in this race 6th in the points, and like I said, with drivers ahead of her in points like Peters, Lipson, Springer that have ran into troubles tonight, and Jessie Art, after being in trouble in our first yellow of the night. Nice recovery drive for this 19 machine. Sean, however, is 23rd, so Sean Art's not doing his chances of getting in the top 30 in points any favors. Which Sean needs a good run if he wants to get back in the top 30 in points. Saw somebody on pit road. That was Greta Wagner. Let's get back to the 96 of Lucky Prescott. There she is. Lucky Prescott from Miradero, I think it's Oregon? Yeah, Miradero, which is in Oregon. Lucky's been doing okay, I would say, in her limited starts in both this series and in trucks. Of course, she took over the 23 truck because of the fact that one of Cody's drivers has a championship charter, so she took over that ride for the rest of the season in that series. She took over the 96 after Emma Tutu was forcibly ejected from her ride because of her behavior, and she was suspended indefinitely after the Phoenix weekend, is why Lucky Prescott took over the driving duties of this car. And like I said, comes in this race 39th in the point standings, would like to get herself into the top 30 in points. And she is the highest of the drivers on a part-time schedule because everybody else in front of her has run every race this season. This is actually Prescott's 5th start of the season. Her 4th in this ride, because she made the race in the 52. I believe she made her debut, I want to say, at Phoenix. And then when the incident happened, she was called up to race this car for the rest of the season. So that's why she has been in this car since, and we have not seen her in knockout qualifying. So, which is probably a good thing if you ask me. And I really think she's going to be glad. She's going to continue racing in Buffalo Wild Wings next season. She might also get a chance to race in AutoZone Amateur next season. I don't know. Sean Hart getting one of his laps back, so he'll be now 3 laps down. Has not been a good night for Sean. And with 20... Where was he running last time by? I don't think a 26th place run for Sean's going to get him back in the top 30 in points. It may be because Carlos Sinot's out of the race. But we'll have to wait and see. And of course, Crystal Fontaine, who raced her way into this race from the non-charter race, which was not aired. Currently in second. Still a good run for her. Jared Underhill's out of the race with a gearbox, so tough break for Jared. Jared came in this race 21st in the points, so he's going to more than likely take a hit. So that's another spot for Sean. So Sean would be 25th right now that Jared Underhill's out of the race. That is a tough break for Jared Underhill. Not been a good night for Penske. Amanda Wallace has had troubles tonight. And now Jared Underhill's out of the race. So has not been a good night for Penske Racing here at this track. Hasn't been a good night for Chip Ganassi Racing tonight. Lulu Champagne's been in an instance tonight. And their other drivers having a miserable night. So there you go. Jesse Hart in second. Her teammate Jake Putnam in third. Jake's having a good run. Jesse, as I said, 6th in points. Jake Putnam, on the other hand, 12th in points. The good news for Jake Putnam is that the drivers ahead of him in points that have ran into troubles, he could get himself in the top 10 of the points because Monica Towns is out of the race. Bella Santiago, I believe, is out of the race. Paul Michaels, we know, is out of the race. No, Bella San Diego is still in the race. And of course, we'll see the non-charter drivers next week at Pikes Peak. And Scarlett Nelson could not afford a bad finish because she's one of those drivers in the danger zone of losing her charter for next season. Kaylee Rankin needed a good run. She's 31st in points. A lot of drivers who are struggling in points. Some of them having good runs tonight. Some of them having okay runs. Drivers who were running well in points had difficult nights. There's Hattie Swore, who's now a lap down off the lead lap in 20th. The 09 and the 44 have been in and out of the pit lane. And 09's going back in. So Greta Wagner is going to definitely take a hit in the points. '86 going to get one of her laps back. Jesse Art just came to pit road. I think that's a scheduled pit stop. So if these drivers pit now, they can make it the rest of the way. Fontaine's got a little hood buckle on her Ford Mustang. Oh, we got a crash. Greta Wagner's out. Makoto Tanaka's out. That's a yellow. I love it. Two drivers who keep going in and out of the pit lane just caused an incident. Yeah, 44 was trying to come to pit road. The 09 wasn't. And Amanda Wallace just took both of them out. Amanda Wallace collected. Scarlett Nelson. That was a good wreck of one. Stephanie Driscoll got a piece of it. Boy, we're going to have some tempers flaring after this one. Two drivers who are in and out of the pit lane who have no business of staying on track starts causing a yellow. Lucky's coming to pit road. This is scheduled. And she's going to probably keep the lead. Scarlett Nelson's out of the race thanks to the 44 and thanks to the 44 being a dumb flip. And that will turn the race lead over to Sierra Harris. Looks like the lead lap cars came to pit road. Out of the race after that is going to be the 24 and the 12, and the 09 was held a couple laps for causing that incident, and the 44 and the 09 have been asked to see the officials in the big black and yellow truck for a good discussion. That came out right in the middle of green flag pit stops and took some drivers a lap down. At least the 09 didn't have to go in and out of the pit lane as the 86 just came flying through there. Right now we got 10 drivers on the lead lap because Ari Springer just passed the leaders. JJ Park just came in the pits. There's Sean Hart who's trying to get one of his laps back. 81 still struggling. Jake Putnam just took the race lead. Where's that 20 car? There he is. Jake Putnam trying to become the second Joe Gibbs Racing car to go to victory lane this season. Ari Springer got herself back on the lead lap, but she got lapped again by this time Jake Putnam. The Hunt Brothers Pizza Toyota out of Joe Gibbs Racing, trying to get a win to try to get himself into the playoffs. He'll be one of many drivers who are going to take the trip with me to Springfield tomorrow, as we'll bring you live coverage of our dirt race from Springfield, Illinois. That's where our Monster Energy Series drivers are at. They're having a great time in Springfield. They've never raced in Springfield, Illinois. They've raced at Chicagoland. They've never raced in Springfield. And since I'm recording this in the morning, I'm glad I'm going to get no interruptions from my roommates. Because right now my roommates are currently actually at work right now. Which is a good thing, so now I can concentrate and have some peace and quiet at last. Hope you will join us tomorrow as we'll bring you live coverage of our Monster Energy race from Springfield. Heard that Brendan Rogers will start on the pole for that race tomorrow in the non-charter race, and they said it's going to be really chilly up there. That's going to be an interesting race. A daytime race, and we're going to have a chilly race. They said the high tomorrow is like going to be in the 40s. So that's going to mean the track's going to have a lot more grip. And these drivers are going to be not going to be slip sliding around because we don't know how cold dirt is going to feel like. Forgot to go over our weather, by the way. 83 degrees, cloudy skies, which is a little muggy. But we know how dirt racing in the summertime is a lot different than dirt racing when it's like 43 degrees. It's going to feel a little bit different with 43 degrees versus like if you know what I mean. Of course, the Monster Energy Series has raced on the dirt track before, but they've never raced on the dirt track in 11 years. June Einstein was actually the inaugural dirt winner, but that was at Eldora, not at Springfield. So that'll be something new to watch tomorrow. Because next week we will have the Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings, as I said, next week are heading to Pikes Peak. Where's Monster Energy going? They're heading to Pennsylvania. They're heading to the Tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway. Then the following week, all three series will be at Richmond. I'll have to check and see if we have an AutoZone Amateur Series race that weekend or not. Oh, no, that's the roster. Shit. I went to schedule, you derping grandpa. No is the answer. Their actual next race would be Hillside, which would be this weekend right here. No, I take that back. They are going to be here at Bristol with Monster. Hopefully the AutoZone Amateur Series drivers are enjoying their off time. Like I said, we will not see them until we come to this track, but it will be the pavement version of Bristol. And they will be with the Monster Energy Series drivers. So hopefully that will be a fun one. And it is a different Bristol Bristol version. Jake Putnam putting another lap down on his teammate. Of course, the 54 did not qualify, by the way. Lucky Prescott going to try to go for the race lead on Jake Putnam. Of course, we will have Richmond for all three series. And then we will head to Loudon. Trucks will be 175 laps, I know. Buffalo Wild Wings, 200 laps. And then our division races for the Monster Energy. Of course, that will conclude the first half of the regular season. Also should mention that we took out Iowa, and we're going to replace Iowa for Nashville for Buffalo Wild Wings Series. The second Iowa race will go to Nashville. So that will be another change. Of course, we are going to start at Rio de Janeiro for the Chase Towards the Chase. Trucks, it will be the Brazil 100, Brazil 200 for Buffalo Wild Wings Series, then our division races. Then we're going to go from Brazil to Texas Motor Speedway. All three series will be racing there. Of course, Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings non-charter will be in the daytime, the original Texas I've been using for these special events in the past. Then they will run their races at night. Monster Energy will run 2 races in the day and 2 races at night to conclude that race weekend, and then all 3 series will head to Kansas. Of course, the AutoZone Amateur Series won't go to Kansas the first time around. They will go there when we have Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings have their first race of the second round of the playoffs, and Monster has their second elimination race. Then after that, it will be AutoZone Amateur and Monster Energy Series. Then 8 Bull, and then all 4 series will be at the next 2 races before it becomes Monster Energy only for those races. So that's going to be fun. Coming down to 20 laps to go in this race. How about the rookie Lucy Myers having a good introduction to the Buffalo Wild Wings series? Her brother Luke did not make the race. I also forgot to mention, you can check down the description for the drivers who failed to qualify. I forgot to mention that. I didn't want to redo qualifying. We will have non-charter racing next week, so there you go. It's Makoto Tanaka going a lap down. Might have time to do the Monster Energy race, the way things are looking. And Lucky Prescott will make it 9 different winners so far here in the Buffalo Wild Wings. We have not had a repeat winner, surprisingly, in this series, but we will eventually. And Lucky Prescott, 39th in the points, is going to have her work cut out for her. Because with Prescott going to victory lane, she's going to have that long road ahead of her trying to get herself into the top 30 in the point standings. And I believe Wyatt Garcia is going to take the points lead heading into next week at Colorado at Pikes Peak. All the drivers involved have been released from the care center. Most of these drivers, as I said, will, once they are done showering, they will join me on a bus trip. Or join me as we will head to the airport, head down to Springfield tomorrow. And we'll get ready for some Monster Energy racing. They will run 40 laps in their division races. Ten to go for Lucky Prescott, trying to get her first career win in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. As I said, she's never been to victory lane in trucks or Buffalo Wild Wings Series. It would be a huge honor for her hometown, her friends, and all that. And of course, like I said, if Lucky Prescott goes to victory lane, now task 1 is complete. Now her second task, try to get herself in the top 30 in the points, because here comes a Brom moment. If Lucky Prescott makes it into the Monster Energy Series, which will be in the Tier Series next season, boy, you got your work cut out for you. Even though she's probably one of focusing more and will probably keep her slot if she does make it to Monster. Good run for Ivory Walker in the 8th position. A well-needed run from her. Same with Maria Nowicki. Those two drivers were in the danger of falling outside the top 30 in the point standing, so they're definitely going to get a good cushion so they can be away from that danger zone. Jake Putnam's going to have a good points night. Ari Springer, 3rd in points. Yeah, definitely it's going to be Wyatt Garcia going to take the points lead heading into next week. Also, Lucky Prescott would win Rookie of the Race, because Prescott is 18. Yeah, she will jump up to the top 10 in the Rookie of the Year standings. Jake Putnam, 923. He would not take the Rookie of the Year points lead. I believe Wyatt Garcia will more than likely take the Rookie of the Year points lead heading into next week, as we're down to 2 to go, under a mile to go here at Bristol. White flag is out for Lucky Prescott. One more time at Bristol. Prescott, in her 5th start in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, took her 5 races to get her first career win, as Lucky Prescott wins the University of Northwestern Ohio 200. First career win coming at Bristol. And now, Lucky Prescott, you begin the journey of trying to get yourself into the top 30 in points for your Bristol win tonight that you won, to solidify yourself a spot into one of the 12 cars that will battle in this season's chase for the championship. That 96 team got their work cut out for them. And now their journey will begin for them. Standings are now official. Thank goodness for that. Jake Putnam, so close, but a nice result nevertheless. 12th in the points, his first top 5 of the season. Come home in second. How about Lucy Myers, excuse me. Go or go homer, makes her Buffalo Wild Wings Series debut. You, young lady, you deserve a gold medal and a 3rd place result. Well done to you, young lady. You definitely deserve. There's going to be a lot of owners that are very eager for your services for the rest of the season. Very eager, if you know what I mean. So, Wyatt Garcia in 4th. More than likely, he'll take the points lead heading into next week with drivers ahead of him that had troubles tonight. Samantha Greenville in 5th. Well-needed run for Samantha Greenville. Greenville came into this race 35th in the points, so that's a well-needed run for that 84 team. Xavier Allstop in 6th. That's his second top 10 of the season. Great run for him. Kaylee Rankin 7th. Ivory Walker 8th. Ari Springer, Maria Nowicki, that is your top 10. Walker and Nowicki, well-needed runs for those two because they're right now on that danger zone of possibly falling outside the top 30 in the point standings. So that is a well-needed run for those two in the process. As you look on further down through their finishing results, Sean Art, 22nd. Came in this race 32nd in points. The good news is he was ahead of J.J. Park in points. He did not beat Kaylee Rankin or Justin Hugo. But there were drivers also ahead of Sean that he beat, like Carla Sinat and Victor Gonzalez. So maybe Sean has gotten himself back in the top 30. Maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. Noah Parker, tough break for him in his first start of the year, 25th. Crystal Fontaine, 14th. Good job to them. 28 drivers finished the race. Greta Wagner was last driver that finished. Ivory Walker, I believe, was the last car. Yeah, Ivory Walker was the last car on the lead lap. Everybody else out of the race due to the carnages that we had. Of course, Max Lipson, 32nd, was your points leader. Luke Peters, 38th, came in this race second in the points. So we are definitely going to be in for a point shakeup after a number of drivers who were running well in points got taken out. So we are in for a point shakeup for sure. And I know Wyatt Garcia will more than likely take the points lead in the Rookie of the Year honors. And also, he would also take over the points lead heading into next week's race, which will be at Pikes Peak International Raceway. So our Bristol weekend is done for Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series, but our race weekend is not done because most of these drivers in Buffalo Wild Wings Series that are racing in Monster Energy will join me after I get out of the booth. Will join me on a plane ride to Springfield, Illinois, as we're going to have the Monster Energy Series drivers. That's where they're at because they're not here with Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings. They're over in the dirt track of Springfield. So we're definitely looking forward to a good race tomorrow. We're going to be really chilly, so hopefully the drivers will pack some jackets when we head there tomorrow for their races. But congratulations, Lucky Prescott, on your first career Buffalo Wild Wings Series win. Hopefully you can get that in the Truck Series sometime later this season. Hope you enjoyed this evening's Wreck Fest, if you ask me. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We have shown you your full finish results. You will see your rookie points and your updated point standings heading into next week at Pikes Peak. We're off to Springfield, Illinois for the Monster Energy Series drivers tomorrow. Hope you will tune in for that race tomorrow. I'm really excited to see how we will race for the first time in 11 years on a dirt track. So until tomorrow in Springfield, I have been Dean DeVoe signing off as you have been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best in racing around the world since 2017. Good night from Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll see you in Springfield tomorrow.